everybody, good evening. Hope you guys have a nice Saturday today. Hope you guys have a nice weekend. It's been a while. How is everyone doing? Welcome. Hello, Axolotl friend. Thank you for coming in so early. Hope you have a nice day today. How are you? I got a notification and thought, why not check it out? I see. Hope you enjoy your stay here if you're staying here for longer. So tonight, it's the usual monthly series we have going on here called Coffee at Terminus Cafe. Basically, this monthly series is a place where all of us, we decided on a topic and then we would come on here and share our stories together regarding the topic. And this is also a place where a lot of us share other stories that might little bit like out of a topic, but it's a place where we just hang out and share stories with each other. So it won't be like a serious one. Hopefully, I try my best not to make each episode a serious topic and a serious stream. I'll try my best to allow everyone to take it easy and just enjoy your stay here. So usually this stream would be on the first Friday of the month. So it was supposed to be live yesterday, but yesterday I had a little bit of work, so I had to postpone the stream to tonight. So hopefully everyone is having a nice rest yesterday. I also managed to sleep more than I usually did. So overall, it is pretty good. I slept immediately after work yesterday, so it was all good. Welcome, Mocha. Hello. How are you? I'm gonna put a story. yeah, sure. To those who wanted to share your story, you can use the comment as written on the bottom there on the table there. CATC, you can use that comment, and the comment will share you a link to a Google spreadsheets. So you can go to the link and go to the episode 5 tabs, and you can share your story there. So usually to those who just come to this stream for the first time, usually the flow will be that I will share my side of the story first for the first hour of the stream, and then after I finish, we will start reading everyone's story, and then we can like elaborate from there. So you guys still have about an hour left to share your story. So feel free to use the comment CATC and go to the Google spreadsheet link to share your stories there. Biru and Jongmin, hello, welcome. How are you? How are you guys doing? My imaginary friend disappeared after I took my meds. Yes. Some people, if they took a certain types of meds, because imaginary friends can also be considered as an hallucination, so it will also disappear. So yeah, you can consider that as a part-time friend. First day of the jobs. Harina, welcome. How are you? Mati na ako, Harina mo. My target is here. I'm afraid I won't have enough self-restraint. Oh my god, good luck, Mocha. Alright, so before we begin with our topic tonight, there's several things that I would like to address regarding our stream and our community. This is also something that I've already addressed briefly in my Discord server a few days ago. So to those who have been watching my stream for a while, you guys might have noticed that our community has been growing quite rapid for the past few months. So especially on YouTube, I would say, because my subscribers count jumped from 200 plus to 500 in just a few months. So we keep getting new people hanging out in the stream as well. So the community is growing way faster than I expected, which I am grateful for. This is something that I wish could happen for the past 3+ years ish I've been streaming as a VTuber, so I am grateful for the rapid growth, but at the same time I am also quite worried because rapid growth equals to more people equals to things can get out of control quite easily, and it would be hard for me to, you know, take control of it or manage it because I'm just one person and our community is growing more and more. So because of that, I have noticed the change in the chat for the past few weeks, I would say, or past few days, few weeks. Very recently, I would say. We keep getting more and more new people, and everyone is so friendly. I enjoy and I appreciate seeing you guys being so comfortable and active talking to each other, because we are still, even though we're growing very rapid, but we are still a very small community. So because of that, we have more times to get to know each other before new people coming in. Oh my god, that surprised me. Thank you for the resubs, Exa. I was so surprised. I should lower down the alert sound. My goodness. Thank you for the resubs again, Exa, and also welcome. I'm eating with my hands, so my hands are hella dirty oily, but I'm not touching my keyboard mouse. You should prepare a tissue and also like a small water bottle or something so you can wash your hand. But anyways, thank you again for the resubs and welcome. We're just still starting out. The more the merrier, yes. And also because of that, there's also a few, not a few, I would say that, you know, when there's more new people coming in, it also brings my stream existence to a wider range of people, and because of that, we would get more variety of people with different kinds of personality, different kinds of behavior, different kinds of mindset and all that joining in. So sometimes we would see people that we are not used to dealing with in the community. This is something expected for a community that are growing at a rapid speed, I would say. So I've noticed recently that sometimes we would get people who have a personality that is a little bit different to the kind of personality or behavior that we are used to in this community. So I just want to remind everyone first the rules of my stream. So usually if you come to my stream for the first time, you would see this, especially on Twitch I think if you wanted to chat on my stream for the first time, it will show like a small pop-up on the chat about my stream rules, so you'll be able to read my stream rules there. But there's no such pop-up on YouTube, so if you guys wanted to see my stream rules, you have to go to the description where I would list down the stream rules at the description box, and it is actually like on the lower side of the description box, so a lot of people might miss it. I myself forgot that I have the rules there. So I just want to reread again the rules to you guys. So I have only, how many of this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 6 rules here. Carrie, hello, welcome. How are you? So my rules are pretty simple. The first one is do not ask any personal questions. If I want to talk about something personal about myself, I will initiate the conversation, or like if I wanted to say it in the middle of a conversation, I would just drop the personal things. Sometimes I do that, but please do not ask me personal questions. If you do, I would either ignore that questions entirely, or I would let you know that I'm not answering that questions. Second is do not chat among chatters like it's your DM. I don't mind you guys having like a back and forth conversation in my chat, but as much as not as much, I would say please do not go overboard to the point that me and the rest of the people are unable to join in on the conversation and the chat turns into like you and the other person's DM. So like it's basically you guys are taking over my chat. I hope that you guys won't do that. So far those kind of things never happen. So I'm glad you guys are really, really good. And then the third rules is do not talk about other streamers unless I brought it up first. Recommendation and such are okay. I still okay with it. But things like let's say I was streaming games or something, and then you guys come to my chat, and then you guys be like, oh, this streamer also streamed this game and they play this game better than me. Then that kind of behavior is not good. Please respect me. I might be very, very chill, but I also have an emotions, so I might feel hurt. So please, let's not bring up other streamers unless I brought it up first. The fourth rule is do not ask to join me in game or add me in games. Some gacha games I allow you guys to add me, like Wuthering Wave, Infinity Nikki, but there are some games that I would not allow people to add me, which is why sometimes when I stream certain games I will block the UID. So if I did not accept your friend invitation, please don't get hurt. It's just I don't want to, because if let's say I allow someone to add me in game, and then there might be other people who also want to add me in games, and then I have to accept everyone, then I will have too many friends that I might not even interact later in the game. So I would prefer to keep my friend list in the game minimal. So please do not add me in games. And if I'm playing a game where people can join me, like let's say one day, if one day I play Valorant, for example, I don't think this might happen, but if in the future I play Valorant, unless I open the lobby to everyone, please do not ask to join in the game. And then the fifth rule is be respectful to each other's. Please be respectful to each other's. This is very, very important because first of all, I would like to remind you guys that my stream is a family friendly stream. You guys might notice that I barely curse. I might do dark jokes here and there, but I would not like go too deep or like talking about something very disturbing. So I would appreciate if you guys are able to do the same thing. If you guys wanted to do dark jokes, it is fine, but let's not go too deep into that jokes. And also, if you guys let's not be too emotional in the chats, I would say. Like if we're talking about something positive, something negative, like let's not be too emotional in our sentence, because it might be uncomfortable for other people to be reacting to that intense emotion. Let's do things in moderate. I might if I encounter something negative in the stream, I will first tell you off. I will give you a verbal warning. If you do it again, I would time you out for 10 minutes. If you guys do it again for the third time, I would just straight up ban you and will not unban you unless you prove to me that you can change and will not do it again. So please behave, and let's all just be respectful. Let's not go too extreme in certain things. So let's not be too intense. We're just chill here. So because of that, I'm trying to take a few steps ahead to at least like ensure that if something happens in the future, I would have some people to help me out if something happened. So if you guys notice, we have Aruna and Exa here having that one hammer logo, or like the sword logo in the Twitch and hammer on YouTube. So I have appointed both Aruna and Exa as my moderator, so they will help me in moderating the chat for both stream and on Discord. So please help them out. Let's all behave and we help each other, makes everyone's job easier. Okay. And also one last thing, no unprompted self-promotion allowed. So I don't really mind if you guys wanted to promote things, but please do not do it in stream. And in my Discord server, I have a channel, a promotion channel. So if you guys wanted to promote anything, your content, your stream, your anything lah, go and promote there. Please don't do it on stream. And please do not force people to join or like watch the thing, Okay, you post the things there. If people want to check it out, they can feel free to check it out. But don't force people to check the thing. Okay, if you force people, people might not want to see it at all. So yeah, that's the a reminder about my stream and this community. I just hope that everyone understand where I'm coming from, and let's all be mature, respect each other, and try to make things comfortable and easy for everyone, because this community is growing really, really fast, and I want everyone to be as comfortable as possible. I don't want people coming into this community and be like, oh, this community is, the vibes is kind of off, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want people to come here and feel that way. So let's all behave in a way that everyone comes here, they would be able to find comfort and would want to stay here longer. So let me check the chats. Me doing community service so I get unbanned in Excel chat. My goodness. Sneaker Nilai, hello, welcome. Good morning, how are you? Milky also, hello, welcome. Milky, Kyo. Who else did I miss? Haikal. Welcome. How are you guys doing? Valorant mentioned. Now it's just an example of games that can have people joining in. I don't think I've played that much game that allows people to join in. I think the only games I played in here is probably web fishing. But right now I couldn't stream web fishing because from what I see, web fishing is still a little bit unsafe to play on stream. So I wanted to fish with you guys, but it's a little bit dangerous right now. So maybe I have to find another game. Okay, let's see, what else did I miss? This is my first time watching this VTuber named Axel. What? What does the M stands for? Deceptions Megatron? Ayo. What is this? What happened here? No, just me wanting to like remind everyone rules for the community lah. Just to remind. X happens. Yes. I only wanted to promote you. Oh, thank you. But I don't mind if anyone wanted to promote themselves or promote other people, but just I already provided a place for you guys to promote, so make full use of the place lah. Why be mature? Adult is hard. I mean, being mature doesn't necessarily being an adult. You can also be a child and still act mature, you know? Also, welcome, True Heart. Welcome. How are you? Try Idlefish? Quite fun. Oh, Idlefish? I think I've heard of that name before. I'll take a look on that game later. Wait, Idlefish or Idle Fishing? I think Idle Fishing could. The one on Steam. Oh yeah, for my Twitch, there's also one additional mod that I had. Akira. So I also gave Akira the mods, but because Akira like helped a lot with the comments, raiding and all that, so she also has a mod, a sword in Twitch. Idle Fishing. Oh, okay, I'll take a look on that game later. The mod system in Twitch makes me feel like an FBI agent spy. Yeah, it is. The thing is kind of difficult to understand when you first see it. When I first saw the mod page, when I first become a mod on someone's stream before, I was confused as well. It is very, very confusing at first. Doing alright, about to nap. Ah, I see. Hope you have a nice rest. Not so good, but I'm alright. Ah, I see. I hope you can take the weekend or like your off days and rest to the fullest. I was so confused about moderator page. Right, right. Like I don't know why, but the way they organize the page is very confusing. Like there's a lot of buttons. When I look, I was like, can I actually press this, or is it safe to press this, or is this like a TNT or something? I hope retirement will be worth it. Oh my goodness. uh I'm scared with this power boss. With great power comes great responsibility. Yes. Yes, with great power comes great responsibility. But it's okay, let's take it easy, you know, let's not be too serious. I don't really like being in a super serious environment as well. So let's just take it easy and enjoy and chill like how we usually do lah. Alright, so the reminder part is all done. Let's start with our topic for today. Axel don't have mod before. Throughout my time as Axel, I don't have a mod before. I have a trust issue. No, it's just that I find it hard to actually like find people that I can give mods role to help me out, because I feel like mod role is a little bit heavy, and some people might find the role to be a bit too overwhelming. Oops, I forgot to mute my phone. It would be a little bit too heavy for some people to handle, which is why I don't really have any mods before. But the reason why I decided to give the mod roles to Aruna and Ixa is because both of them have been in the community ever since this community started to pick up pace. So I would say that both of them been in the community when it started to grow, and they've seen the growth. And throughout their time here for the recent months, I would say, I don't think the growth lasted for that long yet. I think not more than 6 months could. I think 5 months, 4 months, around that. And throughout this time, they have a kind of behavior and mindset that I believe would be able to help me out lah. That's why I gave them the mod role. Trusted issue. No, it's just that I find it hard to trust people, and also like give responsibility to other people to help me lah. Because you know, if you give responsibility to the wrong person, and then if they do something wrong, I would be the one to get the most damage out of all. So that's why I'm being very, very careful to find people to be a mod. Ixa and Aruna have become old. They just become they just level up. Yum 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 yum. It's like I'm more comfortable with a range than a sword. To must be careful where you click or touch. I once accidentally deleted someone's comment. Luckily no big issue. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Gambare mo-san taking care. Yes, yes, we all take care of each other. Alright, so that's it. Let's start with our topic for tonight, for this episode. So we've been talking about imaginary friend. This is something that I have touched a little bit during my stream with Takto. I did mention about imaginary friend for a bit. And it seems like this topic is a little bit interesting. So as per video's request, I decided to choose this topic as the topic for this episode. So imaginary friends is something, to those who doesn't know, let me like elaborate a little bit on what imaginary friend is, because I feel like imaginary friends scope can be big. So imaginary friends is like something like a friend that you made up in your mind, and this is more common for I think this is more common in children. I feel like a lot of children have an imaginary friends, especially during the age of 4-ish, you know, before they started school. Interesting topic. Never had imaginary friends. Yes. Some people doesn't have imaginary friends, but some people, they have imaginary friends, and that imaginary friends lasted until adulthood. Topic didn't start yet this whole time. Average ancestry. Yes. I yap a lot, okay? Sometimes I might even yap for 1 hour and it's not even in topic yet. But at least I'm giving you guys time to share your stories in the Google Sheets, right? Or maybe you have one but you haven't realized it yet. Yes, some people might not realize it. Some people are well aware of it. And also, some people might not be able to control their imaginary friends. Like, some people, they can have their imaginary friends appear and disappear whenever they wanted to. But some people might not be able to control that. So even if they don't want to talk to their imaginary friends would keep on existing and disturbing them. So it is different for everyone depending on the environment that they're growing up, the things that they go through. If some people experience a certain trauma in their life, the way their imaginary friends exist and also develop throughout the years might also be different. Because some people, if they have an imaginary friends through from childhood to adulthood, their imaginary friends were still in the same age as the imaginary friends first existed. Like, let's say when they first get the imaginary friend is the same as their age. So let's say they had one when they were 8. So the imaginary friend is also 8 years old. So as they grew older, the imaginary friend still stays the same 8 years old, even when they reach adulthood at that time. But some people, their imaginary friends might grow together with them. So if they got a year older, the imaginary friends also got a year older. So it's different. Isn't that just schizo? I think it's a little bit different, I would say. Because I feel like schizo's imaginary friends are like, I think this can also be considered hallucination, right? I feel like for them, it can be a little bit more complex. And also like, the effects that they have on them can be a bit more heavy or extreme or negative, like a little bit more dangerous in a way, I would say, for schizo. But for people who doesn't have schizo, imaginary friends might not be a harmful thing for them, or it can be something like a more like a coping mechanism or something that help them to keep themselves sane, for example. It depends. But I think for schizo, it's a little bit more different. It's a little bit more complex, and I don't think we can consider that the same thing, lah. Ami, hello, welcome. How are you? The imaginary friends in Malay movie just straight out horror genre. Yes. I think in some movies, right, when they talk about imaginary friends, the imaginary friends comes in the form of a ghost or spirits. So they come in a very scary form that are not like a human. Sometimes it looks like a scary ghost or something. I don't have imaginary friend, but I don't know this is mental illness or not. But when I'm a child, I can see the number and alphabet moving, make hard to read, and I'm fast and calculate till I reach 12 years old. Oh! It might not be a mental illness, but there might be a certain condition for that. Because especially as a child, right, the brain is still developing. So the child might experience a lot of things that, like, that's why how do I pronounce it? the kind of condition where some people might not be able to read smoothly because when they look at the sentence, the letters kind of like scramble and everything. I forgot the name. Wait, let me search. Dyslexia. Yes, I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but yeah, that. Yeah, that one, yes. It might be something similar to that, Nilay, but because some things that we experience in our childhood, right, sometimes it's just a temporary thing. So as you get older, it will naturally fix by itself, so you won't experience those kind of issues anymore. So it's maybe something, it sounds like something similar to that lah, I would say. I don't think that is considered a mental illness. Allergic to reading. That sounds like a name for back pain. Hey, back pain is a... Do we have any back pain related thing that started with D? I don't think so. Imagine our imaginary friend can be our stand. No, to be honest, I do think that our imaginary friend can be like a stand. Like, especially if those imaginary friends kind of like helping protecting us, like be our guardian. I would imagine them like our stand, standing behind us and like being all menacing and all that. I can imagine the number plus itself, so I can calculate fast till I reach from 1 and I become an ordinary person. Ah, I see. Yeah, maybe it's just a temporary thing that you experience with your brain as your brain is developing. Probably. Growing up didn't fix my stupid. What? Isn't that just a stand from JoJo? Yeah, right. That's the one from JoJo, right? Stand. Because our spine has this, probably this. Oh yeah, I forgot. We call that section thing on our spine a disc. Yes. But I think that one we call that slip disc, right? If someone have a severe back pain, it's a slip disc. Wait, let me hydrate real quick. Zawardo. Yes, Zawardo. So yeah, that's the most simplest explanation of imaginary friends that I can give you. So for me, hydrate again. Ayo. Okay, hydrate again. Let's drink, everyone. Drink for the second time. Yes, I forgot to mention one thing. Depends. This is something that is different for everyone, but some people, they might have their imaginary friends to be imitating or impersonating a character. Let's say you grow up watching Pokemon a lot, so your imaginary friend might be someone, might be a character from Pokemon. But some people might be able to create an imaginary friend from a scratch, so it's totally like an original character lah. So it depends from people to people. Why does people always forget about the spine? Because it's always in the back of their mind. That's a good one. That's a good one. Muda. And I think like having an imaginary character, a character from a series or something like that existence impersonating something is more common, I think, for most people, rather than having a totally original character created from zero. Like totally something that comes from yourself and you create that into an imaginary friend. I think having your imaginary friend something that is similar or imitating an existing character that you watch when you grow up, it's more common. Whenever I talk to other people and I ask them about imaginary friend, most of them would answer that their imaginary friend is a character from a series that they watched when they were little. Like some people, they watch Naruto, for example, when they were young. So their imaginary friend is a character from Naruto. So that is more common, I think. And I think the way people imagine their imaginary friends can also different. Like when I had this conversation with someone else before, they would tell me that the way they interact with their imaginary character is that whenever they're alone or something, and then they're kind of like dissociating from reality. So they have this some sort of a headspace that they're in, and they would talk to that character in that space only. So the imaginary friends never manifest themselves in reality. But there are also some people, this is what happened to me, like my imaginary friend are able to manifest themselves in reality. So like sometimes I would feel like I can see them in real life manifesting in front of me, even though nobody can see them, and I can have an interaction with them as if they're an actual person. Didn't have imaginary friend but have severe chunibyo case instead. Oh, what kind of chunibyo case you're having? Like some people, they have a Naruto chunibyo, so they're running around like a Naruto character. Some people are way into Kingdom Hearts, so they might go around holding a stick thinking they're holding a Keyblade. Is it weird to not able to see image in your mind or not have a monologue? No, it is not weird. There's a condition for that specifically. But I think it's more there's not many people. I think those people who have this kind of condition is more of a minority. They cannot think, they cannot have a monologue. And I didn't mean that they cannot think, like they cannot have a conversation or something in their mind. They cannot have a monologue in their mind, and imagination or some sort, like they cannot do image training in their mind. They cannot see anything, like their mind is very quiet. So there's a condition for it. So it is not weird, it's just less common, I would say. I always imagine myself Kamen Rider till now. If meet mirror, I will do the post. Oh, it reminds me when I was super young. I think I read this one manga that this manga have it's a school settings, and then they're in a accessory beats club. So I was so fascinated with that manga. I like the way the characters were like learning how to make bracelet from beads and all that. So I sometimes imagine myself as that character. Do we consider that as chunibyo? I think we can consider that as chunibyo. Why is Dio always young? Why he went muda? Actually, I do have an imaginary friend. Yeah, personally, I think that quite a number of people do have imaginary friends. It's just that sometimes the imaginary friends' existence might not be that strong in their life, so they might forget about it, or they might not realize it themselves. Should I get it checked out? If it's started to bother you or like cause issues in your daily life, then maybe you can go and check it out. Because personally, I never go to the hospital or clinic and try to get something checked for my brain or like, you know, mental related stuff. Something that is not physical illness. I never had it checked in hospital before, so I don't know how the process goes. But if it started to like affect your life, maybe you can go and like get it checked. Because sometimes I don't know how to explain to the doctors when I wanted to get checked for something that is not physical. Expensive, Yes, yes, yes. That's why I never really like go to the hospital to get things checked unless it is something physical, like a physical illness or something. Imagine getting into argument with imaginary friend and you're losing. I think that happened to me once. Sounds like severe skill issue. Yeah, I do have skill issue. You never been to one? I only been to hospital or clinic if I have a physical illness or a fever or something. But anything related to mental illness, I never go there because I don't know how to explain to the doctor. And also, I don't think it is severe enough to the point that I needed help. I actually should have get it checked or something, but anyways, mine was like chilling with me, like one of those edits where they add anime characters into real life photos. Oh, so basically you said like your imaginary friends is something that manifested into a character that you watch. I think like 40% of people, their mind doesn't picture image and monologue. Yeah, it's quite on the minority side, I think. That imaginistic as Keyblade example sounds specific. Seems like someone has Kingdom Hearts in your face. No, I actually know someone who did that. That's why the example is quite specific. I know someone who did that when they were young. Getting roasted by someone that exists is wild. Okay, I have an explanation for that. So I would say my imaginary friend is kind of elaborate. In a way that it started when I was very young. I think it started around the time I was 9, 10 or something, because I have a pretty like complicated environment growing up. I was living in like a close-knit community in a way, some place where like everyone is friend with the neighbors. Their kids are friends with each other. They all play together every day in the evening. If it's on like a celebration day, Hari Raya or something, they will exchange. They cook food, like a lot, a huge amount of food, and then distribute it to the neighbors, kind of community. So I was in that environment growing up, but there's a little bit of issues with my family, and then because of that issues, you know, when you're in a close-knit community like this, if something happens and it got leaked out of your family, and then everyone would know about it instantly, and they might either bully you, ignore you, or you know, telling their kids, be like, oh, this family is bad, this family is not good, do not become friends with them. That kind of environment. So I would say the reason why my imaginary friends started form into existence is because growing up, initially I was quite close with my neighbors' kids, because there's a lot of kids that are around my age or a little bit older. And I think I mentioned this before in a few episodes before, that I used to be a super friendly and extroverted child when I was still very, very young, under 10 years old. I was very, very extroverted. I talked to everyone. You know, at school, if you see like a super outgoing kid, they are known by everyone, loved by everyone. I used to be that kid. So I talked to everyone every evening after 4 p.m. I would go out of the house, knock to every door, asking the kids, hey, let's go play games together, even though I'm the youngest at that time. So I used to be that child. So I am used to having a lot of friends to play together. So and then at one point of my life, some things happened in my family, and then it got leaked outside. And all of a sudden, like I said, because it is quite a close-knit community, everyone's behavior changed drastically. It's like there's a switch and someone turn off the switch, and everyone's behavior turns 180 degree, immediately change, instantly. Like everyone, boom, suddenly different. So I think I started to realize it when I was around 4 to 5 years old, if I'm not mistaken. I think before I got into elementary school. So I didn't know what happened. Like, you know, I was still a child, so I don't really know how the rumors and all that, all the stories got leaked outside of my family. But I remember one day I went to my neighbors. I knocked on their door to ask them to play together, because I was the youngest, so I don't have any homework to do or anything, so I will be the first one to go out. So I go to their house, I knock on the door and be like, hey, let's go play together. And then at that time, some of the kids are already gathering in that house, and they look at me in a very disgusting way, and they were like, who want to play with you? And then they close the door on me. So I think it was during that time where I was like, you know, as a kid, if you experience that kind of thing, it would like give a huge impact in your life. Like, especially a child that is like less than 10 years old, if you experience something like that, it will last forever in your mind. So I think it was around that time when my imaginary friends started to develop, because it was not only that one time, even adults treat me differently. Your life is wild. Yeah, my environment growing up is very eventful, I would say. There's so many things happening growing up. The protagonist, sorry to hear. No, it's fine, it's fine. As much as those kind of experience kind of hurt me when I was child, but it did kind of develop me to become the way I am right now, so I'm okay. Actually, some events that happened in my life, I'm kind of thankful for it, because if not, I don't think I would be thinking the same way I think right now. So yeah, all is good. Everything's happened for a reason. Same, and I became introverted as an adult because I was bullied in asrama. Oh dang, bully is never cool, man. A child not embraced by the village will burn down the village to feel its warmth. Why does this sound like Axel's lore? Oh my god. But yeah, Kaski Bakugo, hello, welcome. How are you? Irashai. So, continuing on the story, even adults started to treat me differently. I think I'm not sure if this ice cream is still well known around people, but Southeast Asian people might know this kind of ice cream. You know, the kind of ice cream where they put a liquid into like a vertical something long plastic, and then they tied it up and then they froze it. In Malaysia, we call it ice cream satu Malaysia. Let me show you a picture. Different country might call it different way, but I think most Southeast Asian have this kind of ice cream. Popsicles? I think popsicles is different. We don't have the wooden stick. Wait. Let me share the picture. Let me share the picture. Wait, chotto matte. How do I download this? Save picture. Save to here. Let me add this image. Will it be too big? Okay, not that big. So this picture. In Malaysia, we call it ice cream satu Malaysia kot. Or ice cream Malaysia eh? Oh, ice cream Malaysia. Tak ada satu. But yeah, ice cream Malaysia. So I don't know what we call this in English, or what do you guys call it in different country, but I think most Southeast Asian countries have this kind of ice cream, and it's pretty famous, especially in early 2000. We have that also, but I have no idea what is its name. Yeah, I don't know what the name is until like in 2010 or something that people started to call it online as Ice Cream Malaysia. But before this, I just call it ice cream. It's very cheap back then. I got my get back at the bullies. Nice, nice, nice. Thought experiment. If you can go back in time and change something in the past, would you do that even if it affects your memory too? I would say yes. There are some things that I wish I can fix. You know, the things that happened in the past that I would like to fix. So if I have the chance to go, I would fix it, even though it might affect my memories and also the way I behave and all that. There are things that I wish I could fix. The price is like 20 cents. Yes, yes, yes. No angur. Angur flavor is the best flavor in my opinion. I remember saw my mom cutting cucumber and I follow her by cutting this ice cream like a cucumber. Got scolded because sugar water spreads so ant will come. Oh my god, how sharp is the knife is that you were able to cut through the plastic as well. My goodness, Milo flavor is my favorite. Oh, grape and Milo flavor is probably the best. Oh, and also corn flavor as well. Many of us call it here sucker as a direct translation. Ah, I see. We suck it out. Suck it ice cream. How do I pronounce that? Literally means straw ice cream. Oh, I see. I see. Axel is the main protagonist. I guess you can say that. Also, Azik, hello, hello, welcome. How are you? One of the good answers, some people also want to change their life, but many people also think if it's not your memory, then is it actually you? That's actually a good question. If only we could have... You know, when I was younger, I used to believe that we have an alternate universe where our self in that universe, in the alternate universe, is living a complete opposite life compared to us. So I used to imagine, especially when I was younger, right, because my parents are divorced, I used to imagine how is my version in that universe we're living with parents that are not divorced. And I used to have fun imagining things like, you know, waking up to your parents having a breakfast together, your mother is cooking breakfast in the kitchen. I used to imagine stuff like that and it's kind of fun. So I think up until I was around 20, I used to believe that we have an alternate universe where our self in that is living a life that is different than we're living right now. And we have multiple alternate universe. So let's say we decided on one thing, on one like life event on us, and then we decided to do one thing, and the options that we didn't choose created an alternate universe out there. So we have multiple alternate universe where each of us living in that universe are living a life differently according to our decision for a certain life event. So I used to believe that thing. I think that theory is quite interesting. The concept of alternative universe is possible in theory too. Yeah. I think there's quite several scientists doing a research on this before. Did I just find my fellow Thai comrade? Yeah, you did. There's quite a number of Thai people actually in this community. It's just that you're the most active one here. Who hurt you, Axel, to not believe in alternate universe? No, it's just that when I grew up, I didn't think about it that much anymore. Because as I grew up and then the experiencing the transition from childhood to adulthood, I started to think that, you know, life happens, it is what it is. So I don't really think about the alternate universe anymore. Milky also tired to shoot kiss what? Oh my god, somehow Thai people gather here. Yeah. I won't change anything if I can because the revenge is so satisfying. I see. Yeah, that's a good one too. You might not want to change anything, but for me, there are some things that I wanted to change because I just don't want that trauma with me. um, I was trying to open ice cream Malaysia with my teeth and all over. Oh, I don't think opening the ice cream with your teeth is good idea because there are high chances that you might tear it open quite wide and then it pour out all over. Are you Axel because of your memories, or are your memories makes you Axel? Isn't that the same thing? Isn't that the same thing? My brain is not braining. But majority are still tied to the mechanics of right or wrong, including me. Yes. If there's ever a multiverse, I'ma avoid the female me to the best of my ability because I'm already an explosive person. I can't imagine a version of me that I have to deal with periods. My god. Yeah, the female version of you might be a little bit more emotional because female by nature is a more emotional person. Was that a banned word? Twitch considered that as a bit offensive word that requires approval. Filtered. Yeah, it got filtered. Yes. Oh my god. Yeah, where was I again? Oh yeah, we were talking about the ice cream Malaysia. So back to my story. So there's this one neighbor of mine that lives a few house. Like I was living in a flat. So you know, house in flat is pretty close to each other. So a few houses on the left of me, I think, there's this one auntie that makes and sell ice cream to the kids around the area. So I used to go there every day to buy the ice cream because I just love sweet things, and I like this ice cream when I was young. So one day, around the time the kids stopped wanting to play with me, I went to that house wanting to buy I went there with my younger brother. So I went there and knocked on the door wanting to buy the ice cream. And usually the auntie would open the door immediately when she heard my voice. But on that particular day, she doesn't really open the door until I knock on the door for quite some times. When she finally opened the door, she was like, "Oh, it's you," and like in a very it's like she doesn't want to see me there. And then I was a child, so I couldn't understand that sort of behavior. I was like, "Oh, this auntie is acting differently today." But the thing that I wanted at the time is ice cream, so I just ignored that. I didn't think too much about it. So I just asked the auntie, "Oh, auntie, we want to buy the ice cream as usual." So the auntie she went and take the ice cream and then sold it to me. But then she when I passed her the money, she was like, "I'm not selling the ice cream anymore, so please don't come to the house anymore." So, and then she closed the door on me. I'm pretty sure she still sells the ice cream because I kept seeing kids going to her house every evening, but I never went there anymore. So I don't know how the rumors got spread, but I think on that week or months or days, everyone around me started to have a different attitude towards me. They treat me as if I'm not supposed to be there. Bullying also happens, but around that time, I think the effect of the kids that suddenly told me that they don't want to play with me anymore hits me really, really hard. I don't really go to the house. I don't really go outside of my house anymore. So it was during that time that I started to develop an imaginary friend. But the kind of imaginary friend that I have is the kind where it doesn't imitate or impersonate any characters. It is something original that comes out from my mind. I'm sorry, but older generation are doomed. older people from the 2000s were insufferable. I think this is something that still happen nowadays, but back then, because we don't really have social media or internet or something, so trying to clarify or clear out bad rumors about you is harder. So people just know something about someone else through words of mouth. So they just believe anything that they heard from other person. So it is kind of hard to know what kind of rumors going around, and it is hard for you to clarify or clear your name back then as well. So ever since then, I don't really go out of my house anymore. I think especially for the Malays, when we were young, we were used to like go to mengaji, right? We learn how to read Arab and all that, right? We go to the surau, to the mosque to learn that. So for me, because I live in a flat, so there's this one house where we have a ustazah there teaching the kids. So my dad used to send me and my younger brother there to learn. And then this is something that happened when I was a little bit older. I think I was around 11, 12 around that time. And throughout my day in that class, every day, the kids would obviously bully me and my younger brother. You know, religious books like Al-Quran and Qalam is very, very holy. You cannot put it on the same floor you're sitting. You cannot put it at same level as you sit. You cannot walk over it. You cannot step on it, right? It is a holy thing. I think it's similar to Bible. I think you cannot do the same thing as well. You have to treat it respectfully. But these kids at that time, they don't like us. So they openly bully me and my younger brother, treating us badly, pushing us around, kicking our books and all that. But the ustazah there didn't tell the kids off. I remember one time, after me and my younger brother finished, we want to go back home, and we left the ustazah house and find our shoes missing. Both of our shoes. We were at a third floor, fourth floor, I don't remember. But we tried and see if the kids threw our shoes down there, but there's nothing down there. So we ended up walking back home barefooted. And then I think a few hours after that, I found both me and my younger brother's shoes got hidden in a vase at the neighbor's house. And I did tell the ustazah there, the teachers there, that these kids were treating me and my younger brother in that way. And the reaction of that teacher was like, oh, they're kids, you know, it can't be helped, things happen. And I find that so unfair that I went back home again and I told my dad that I'm not going to this class anymore. Can you please pull me out? And please pull me and my younger brother out, because I was a little bit older at that time, so I was able to defend myself. But because of that, they bullied my younger brother way more. So I just couldn't see that, you know, we're already being treated harshly by both the adults and the kids for the past few years. And I think that was the last straw. So I went back home and I told my dad, I'm not going to that class anymore. If you still want to send me to this kind of class, please send me somewhere else. So that was the last time I went there. And that was the last time ever that I attempted to even interacted with my neighbors. Like that whole community, I don't want to interact with them anymore. Which is, for me, even up until now, I still think like, why is it does people, especially the adults, you know, they were able to treat kids like this? Because I don't know, as a kid, because this happens ever since I was like 4 or 5. I don't think I've did something to them worth being treated that way. So if it's something that comes from my parents, I don't think they were supposed to do the same thing, to be treating the kids the same way. You know, the parents and the child are different. Anything, for me personally, if the parents did something wrong, the children should not receive the backlash. They're just kids. You know, like the ustazah, the teacher said, they're just kids. They don't know anything. If you wanted to hate on the adults, hate on the adults themselves. Do not direct the hate to the children because they don't know anything. So up until now, I still question why they were treating me and my siblings that way. But I don't care anymore. I left that place. We moved out. We moved out when I entered high school. So I left the community and my life was peaceful. Some teachers were just such a hypocrite. Yes. Some people do be like that. Remember when a teacher bullied just because I corrected them? Oh! They bully you just because you corrected them? Damn! Time to... Oh, okay. Hydrate everyone. Let's drink water. Okay. Thank you for the headpad as well. Let's see. It's becoming Naruto. Duduk dekat buayan ke? Oh, no. If you're hearing any sounds, it probably comes from the kitchen. The drawer, the door in my kitchen is pretty loud. So if you're hearing something, it's probably from the kitchen. Back then, you can actually use brute force to the adults. They're just kids, I'll crash out. Yeah. I couldn't accept that reasoning as well. If they're kids, I'm also kids as well at that time. So why I'm not getting the same treatment? It's just that it was normalized in their day. So if I get it, you're also getting it. Yeah. That's true. People normalized those kind of treatments more than they did now back then, I think. Hydrate with beer, huh? Oh my god. But anyways, these kind of events occur quite often when I was young. So I think around the time when I was 10, I started to develop an identity or like an existence, a character. And it manifested in one of my what do you call that? Plushie? So I have several plushies that I love to hug when I sleep, ever since I was young. So what happened is that I created a character and I used that plushie to make that plushie as if they're like alive and have their own identity. Plushie busuk. No, I washed them. They're not dirty. Do you think this kind of behavior in our society will get better? I do. I would say I'm having hopes because especially people that comes from our generation, those who are born in these Gen Z's people, I would say, when we started to grow up, becoming an adult, we don't want to keep on repeating these cycles. So I am seeing Gen Z like openly trying to correct this kind of behavior. So I'm having hopes. Hopefully kids nowadays or kids in the future won't have to go through the kind of life or environment that I went through when I was young. Hopefully us as an adult, we were able to treat the kids and, you know, let them just enjoy their life and not traumatize them. Alcoholism is cool, but have you ever had someone genuinely care for you? Me neither. Pass the bottle. I do have a lot of beef with a lot of teachers because some get special treatments. I see. Yeah. Teachers do like, you know, treat students differently depending on their grades or their parents. Penguin plushie. Yes. One of my penguin plushies are also like one of the imaginary friends that I like basically give body to lah. So my imaginary friends, they first existed and then I put that existence into a plushie. So they are able to manifest more physically in the real world. Did you have play tea host party of a doll like Malaysia main masak-masak and main makan-makan? Is this considered play with imaginary friend? It depends. If you just play with the doll, like do a host party, main masak-masak with the doll, and then after that play ended, you didn't interact with the doll at all, then I think that's just a normal kid playing with their imagination. But if that doll have their own identity, have their own personality, and you keep on interacting with them even if you don't play that host party or masak-masak with the doll, then I think that that doll already become your imaginary friend. If that happens to my child, I'm gonna give out hands like it's Christmas. Annabelle 2.0. Oh, not to the point of Annabelle, I think. Oh my god. Hopefully my plushies are not haunted. Daily Dad Talk with Axel in the Axolotl's basement. Yes. So what happens is that at first I just use these plushies as a way for me to interact with my siblings lah, basically. So my siblings, they are well aware of my imaginary friends, and my imaginary friends also like become part of their life as well. So when we grew up, I would say that my imaginary friends also becomes their imaginary friends. To the point that my siblings said that these two imaginary friends of mine is basically just my personality being divided and segregated into these plushies. Like if these imaginary friends in the plushies kind of like disappear, the personality will come back to me and I will become full again. That's what my siblings describe my imaginary friends. Like I think one of my imaginary friends is a very friendly, energetic, like a mood maker kind of personality. And I think one of my siblings mentioned this to me, that I used to be that way before, and then after a certain event that happened in my life, I stopped acting that way. So that personality like ended up in that plushies. So the plushies basically acting the way I used to be. So some part of my personality that got lost after a certain event or after I grew up ended up in that plushies. So instead of having a normal imaginary friends where I just imagine a certain character, like imitating a character or something, I would say that these imaginary friends kind of like come to existence from my own personality. Like my personality got separated and then it got into this dolls, and then they started to develop their own personality as well. So because of this, my imaginary friends are very they have a very solid physical existence in this world, I would say. Like their existence is so strong that I'm not the only one interacting with this imaginary friends. Even my siblings are also aware of these imaginary friends, and they can also sometimes I have some sort of imaginations that I'm interacting with this imaginary friend. I'm having a certain conversation, and then there are times when I'm unable to separate my imagination and reality, especially when I'm not feeling good. And then when I'm having a conversation with my siblings, I would explain the conversation I had with my imaginary friends as if I'm telling my siblings a conversation I had with my friend, and my sibling consider that normal because their existence is pretty well known in this family. So that's why for me, I think my imaginary friends is a little bit different than how people would usually describe their imaginary friends, because I feel like this imaginary friend is a little bit, their existence is a little bit too solid in this world. And I would consider this as some sort of a coping mechanism for me. That's kind of scary actually. That's why I think I mentioned this before. about headspace. Murasame, hello, welcome. How are you? Don't worry about being late. We're just like an hour into the stream, so you're still quite early. I yap a lot anyways. Can I ask what is it to have a monologue? Just imagine you have like you keep on talking to yourself, but you're not talking to yourself using your mouth. You're talking to yourself using your mind. Yeah, I think that's probably the simplest way to explain what having a monologue is like. Was about to mention copium. Yeah, I do consider this as my coping mechanism because I've been having issues and struggle with human relationship. I've been having issues trying to get friends ever since that issue, that neighbor issue. I had it hard trying to find friend. Oh, I think aside from that event, I think during our episode 2 or 3, where the one I talk about kindness, humanity topic, right? I think I remember telling you guys something that happened in my elementary school days where I got framed for stealing people's money. Yeah, these two major events I think are like the main trigger point. No, not trigger point, like major event that causes me to start having issues trying to find close friend. So I think because of that, my brain might start using this imaginary friend as a coping mechanism to help me not feeling that alone. Trauma? I was probably because this happened when I was so young. So you know, when things like this, like huge things happen that impacted your yourself when you were still young, you might not feel how bad the thing is, but I think that could be considered as trauma. I'm fighting chicken before, huh? Are you trying to capture chicken to make a dinner? Imagine the imaginary friend was that hantu, right? Oi! I don't want to think that as my imaginary friend. The story genuinely angry. Yeah. I can never forget that story actually. One of the most major things that ever happened to me. But yeah, I think because of that, maybe my brain is like trying to help me to not feel that alone that much. So it's kind of like to help. Since I don't have friends, so my brains create a friend for me to at least have something or someone to communicate with, so I don't feel alone anymore. Axel's imaginary friends got validated by the siblings. Yeah, that is something that my siblings are already used to, so they go along with it. They go along with the story. I feel like sometimes my siblings even use my imaginary friends as their coping mechanism. Monologue is like anime character explain the evil plan to viewer. Yes. That's also another good example. Trust issue, cope with loneliness. Yeah. I think that is probably my my brain's way of doing to deal with loneliness. To fill in the blank we all have. I never felt so much blood rush to my head. Yes. It was like really something that you could never imagine ever happening to you. Ghosts are pretty chill. Are you sure about that? The real Shibit, hello, welcome. How are you? I'm finally here after a while. Yeah, welcome. I should tunjuk ice cream je baik tunjuk Izuku Midoriya. I mean, because we're not talking about Apa nama? We're not talking about Boku no Hero right now, so I won't be showing Midoriya. I kept missing stream. I had work to do. No, it's fine. It's fine. There's also like time zone issues, so don't worry about it. My siblings usually only call on me as a last resort, as I usually take a pretty direct approach. As the family crash out? Ah, I see. So like your family goes to you as a last resort if they cannot. Hey, you already said that. Oh, my brain is so brainy. Oh my god. True ghosts are chill. Who Loki doesn't care much. You're not that wrong actually. If I'm right, it's nighttime. Yes, we're almost 11 p.m. right now over here. It is good that you managed to move on from the environment. Not everyone can do that. Yes. That's why I am grateful, even though like sometimes my imaginary friend can be a little bit worrying, because like I said, there are times where I couldn't really separate real world and my imagination. Like my headspace sometimes blend in with the reality, so sometimes it does get worrying. But it mostly helps with me not feeling that that negative. So it is good. You know, I would like to believe that every bad things that happen to you will help you, and you would get something good as an exchange. So I might experience all those things when I was young, but in turns, I feel like I was able to experience this kind of things, having these kinds of imaginary friend, and I am able to share this kind of stories to you guys, because not everyone would be able to have this kind of stories. For me personally, I've never seen anyone who have this kind of imaginary friends like the way I have now. Most of people have like the one I explained in the example, they have the imaginary friends as an character from a show or something. I never met anyone who have imaginary friends like how I do. So I think I would like to believe that the reason why I experienced all these sorts of things and also like develop these kind of imaginary friends, so that I was able to share this kind of experience to everyone else, so that people can see that in this world some unique things can happen, and it might not result to anything negative, and it might result to something that can be used as a solution for other people. Because I think that you can somewhat create your own imaginary friends even as an adult. It's just that it might be hard for you to maintain that personality. You know how mangaka, writers, you know, people who create fiction, they usually explain about their character as if that character exists, right? So you can consider that as like an imaginary friend as well, because we're creating something that doesn't exist and we treat them as they exist in this world. So I think my imaginary friends and this kind of characters in a story or in a fiction is kind of similar in a way. The way they were created is somewhat similar. Fluffy's community. I think I'm too used to be alone ever since I was a child. Yeah, if you grew up in a environment that you don't really like, surrounded by people, you might not feel the change when the environment changed. But like I said earlier, I used to be surrounded by people when I was young. So when these kind of events happened to me, it affected me pretty badly, because first, I was still very young at the time, and second, because I used to be surrounded by people, so suddenly not having anyone around me, it affects me. Like let's say you don't have money to eat for a day, like you're living paycheck to paycheck. If you grow up living that way, always struggling to find money, always struggling to like, you go to sleep at night thinking if you were able to buy food tomorrow, if you've been growing like that, you're growing up like that, you might not feel that that situation is as bad as, let's say, someone who grew up in a pretty financially stable situation, and then all of a sudden their family go bankrupt or something, and then they would feel that situation of not having money to eat for the next day feel more struggling, more heavy, and more difficult for them to experience, because they never felt that before. But for people who grew up like that, they might not really feel that that situation is quite bad because they're used to it. That's the only thing that they know. I always knew mangaka was mentally ill. They just have a pretty wide imagination. I have a few ghosts in my room actually. Huh? Oh my god. Are they like the dangerous type of ghosts or something? 10 a.m. Ah, I see. Can you remove the ice cream images making me hungry? Bye. Alright, we don't talk about ice cream anymore. I think there are a lot of from here have an imaginary friends. They may be just shy or don't brave to share. Yeah. Oh yeah. Since there are more and more people in the stream right now, just a little bit of reminder, you guys can also share your imaginary friend story if you want to. You can use the comment CATC. So the comment will show you a link to the Google spreadsheet, so you can go to the Google spreadsheet, go to the episode 5 tab, and you can share a story there. You don't have to type your name, you can share your story anonymously and I can read it out. Show a Izuku picture. Once again, I'm telling you that I'm not talking about Boku no Hero, so I will not show any picture on my stream that is not related to the topic. If you want me to talk about anime, you might probably request for me to talk about anime in the next stream or something, but now we're not talking about anime, so please don't ask me to share anything that is not unrelated to the topic. Sakamoto Days is a good read. Oh, I've been hearing that name for quite a while actually. Imaginary technique. That's probably one of the reasons why I've been cursed with imaginary characters in Honkai Star Rail. Whenever I wanted to pull a character, it's always imaginary character. Maybe that's the reason. I have too many imaginary friends. I don't even need to put my name. My writing style probably gives me away. It's okay. If nobody mentions your name, people who doesn't know, they will not know. So yeah, that's I think that's my story on imaginary friends. I still talk to my imaginary friends from time to time, especially when I don't really feel good. I would just pour out everything that I like, things that been bothering me to them, to my imaginary friend, and then I will feel better after that. What's their name? The oldest one, the name is Chome. It means cute in Malay, and another one is pending. So Chome, Chomel, yes. Chomel basically take the camel. No. No. So Chomel is the one that got my extroverted personality the most. Pending. Pendang? No. Pending. Yeah, so Chomel is the one that got my most extroverted personality in it, and Pending is the one that got my personality where I'm kind of like selfish. I prioritize myself the most. So that kind of personality is in Pending. Bro took Malay class. Pandan. No. How could you spell that right one the first time? You know, it's not, sometimes I think that True Heart might be Malaysian, like secretly Malaysian. There are more? No, there's only 2 of my imaginary friends. Pending, yes, Pending. The reason why it got named Pending was because I couldn't think of the name, and it went nameless for so many months. I decided to give it to I decided to give Pending as its name. I hang out with Malaysian enough to know simple word. Most of my internet friends are Malay. Ah, makes sense, makes sense. I'm naming one of my character Pending. I mean, I also name one of my plushies Nanashi because I don't know what to name it, and Nanashi in Japanese means no name. But Nanashi doesn't have any personality in it, so it's not considered as my imaginary friends. So his name is still Pending, yes. Yes, his name is still Pending. Is that how Mume was named Nanashi Mume? Probably. Because Nanashi literally means no name. I'm naming one of my arsenal Pending. It's actually a good name, you know. Pending, nickname Pen. You even play League in Malay server? Oh, wow. Your friend has a cute name, literally. Yes. What about Mume? I think there's a meaning to Mume, but I'm not sure. Mume is an actual Japanese name. We can ask Google. Oh, okay. Mume is a Japanese word that mean nameless or anonymous. So basically, Nanashi and Mume basically has the same name. Same meaning. Because if you look at the... Let me show you. If you look at the spelling of Mume, right? Now that I realize, look at this. Mume. The first kanji here usually means to nothing. Or like none, blank, empty, nothing. And then the second kanji usually means name. So Nanashi and Mume basically means the same thing lah, nameless, nameless. That's a creative name. Anonymous, anonymous. Yeah. I always thought Mume was a Kamen Rider name. It does sound like a Kamen Rider name, actually. JP lesser jump scare. Mume is like my bank account. It has nothing. Same. JP lesser jump scare. I know second one, me is something from knowing a few kanji. Nice. I think maybe one day we can do like a... I think there's one game where it teaches us Japanese. Maybe we can try and play that game. Alright, I think I've talked about myself too much. It's almost 2 hours in now. So I will start reading your story. Let me share the link. Share the screen. Mana? This one. Duolingo? No, not Duolingo. I think there's a photography game kind of thing. Not sure if they have kanji in it, but it seems like a good game for us to like have a Japanese lessons together. Like tea chai? Oh yeah, chai means tea, right? If I'm not mistaken. So it's basically like tea. I want to drink chai tea. I want to drink tea. Oi. Yeah, it sounds kind of odd. Okay. Minecraft probably teaches you Japanese. In what way? My kanji still sucks. That game mechanic sounds familiar. Yeah, I think a lot of YouTubers do stream the game recently. I forgot the name. I need to look for it again. My kanji still sucks. Or maybe we can go and play some visual novel games that is like in full Japanese, and then we can like learn from it. That's how I learned Japanese anyway. I learned my Japanese from a visual novel game. Duolingo is one of a good way to learn kana, at least for me. Yeah. Duolingo is pretty good. But the more you understand Japanese, the more you notice that some translation in Duolingo is a little bit off. That's why I don't really use Duolingo that much anymore. Is this Sashingo? Probably. Wait, let me search because I forgot the name. I remember I saw Mobula play the game before. And it looks interesting. Sashingo. Shashin? Wait, let me search. Yes. This one. Sashingo. Learn Japanese with photography. Mahal na, 50 ringgit. It's 50 ringgit. Let me add this to cart. Alright. Let me add this to my wish list later. Yeah, we can try this game. Do they have kanji? I think they do. Oh, I saw Daikon. Yeah, we can play that game. Tunggu Steam sale. It just ended, sadly. It ended 2 days ago. With the sale. I totally forgot about this game. The game is quite short though. Yeah, I think you can stream for about like 1 hour plus-ish, 2 hours plus ish, and you can finish the game. It is pretty short. We're playing Girls Love Story to learn JP. You can ask Cornelia to play that. I think like last month Cornelia did stream something related to Yuri. I just combined picture in JP. Shashin, yeah. Shashin and Nihongo. Shashin is picture, Nihongo is Japanese. You mean 2 hours of blabbing and an hour of gameplay? Isn't that what most of my streams are? Yap too much. Straight up reading. Yeah. They were reading Yuri or something. So yeah, if you want any girls' love story, go to them. Cornelia. Imagine finishing a game on stream. Yeah, could never be me. Alright, so let's start with the first story. There's the page again. Yeah, this one. Okay, hope you guys can see. If the text is a bit too small, just let me know. I'll make them bigger. So the first story. Greetings everyone. For tonight's topic, I would like to share about me and imaginary friends, also imagination itself. I did have developed a habit of communicating with imaginary beings during my time in boarding school. I don't know why, but it just happened. Quite late, I would say. As far as I know, people do that when they were kids. As for my case, I didn't call them as imaginary friends, but rather as imaginary siblings. I think I know why, but I will try to explain my understanding later at the end part. There are 4 of them, and I named them S, W, B, S, J, and M, E. I share only the short form names here. Their personalities are different from one another. Usually, we communicate when in certain conditions. When I'm alone, when I'm having things running wild in my head, when I get stressed, before I fall asleep, and sometimes while writing in my diary. About imagination itself, it was a place where I can go on a fictional adventure with other imaginary beings, including my imaginary siblings, usually every night before I fall asleep. Well, all those are in the past. I kinda disconnected with the imagination and the beings inside there. Before that happened, I dreamt about how I left them, and somehow I managed to write it down a bit before the memory fades away. I found back the writings a few days ago. I think it was after year 6 or maybe in late year 5. I guess that's all. It's already a long entry. Before I end this entry, my thoughts on this, why I did that, maybe it was just me unknowingly to cope. It's hard for me to adapt life in boarding school initially, so I guess my mind just went to a weird path. In the end, even though it's never the end. Thank you for sharing. I think this is something similar to me lah. We basically created an imaginary friend as a coping mechanism. Instead of imaginary friends, I have my own imaginary villain. Wow, are you like fighting with that the imaginary villain from time to time? Like you have a set date, okay, every day on Friday I will go and fight with you, just wait there. And then on Friday you go to your headspace and be like, time to fight. Split personality? Macam surat minta MC. No, it just shows how this person is an organized person. But yeah, I think this is something kind of similar for me. We basically use our imaginary friend as a coping mechanism. I know who sent this. Yeah, I think some of us might know. Yeah, if you know kind of situation. Alright, moving on to the next one. No, never had one. Yeah, not everyone have it. So understandable. It's okay, don't worry. You're not left out just because you don't have imaginary friend. It's daijoubu. So the third one, never really had one, to be honest, but since I was a lonely child, I played a lot of Persona to accompany myself. For example, I would watch some cartoon on TV and play the side character, for example Brock from Pokemon, Gopal from Bobo Boy, and many more which I've forgotten. Update, I do have imaginary friend. Actually, it was Minecraft YouTubers such as Dante DM, Stampy, Longhead, and popular MMOs, which I would imagine myself talking to them. Oh, interesting. So basically your all of your imaginary friends are a manifestation of someone that actually exists in your life or a fictional character. Interesting. I don't know why, but that no never had one cracked me up. Yeah, it is pretty direct and straightforward. Not gonna lie, when I first opened this link and I saw that no never had one, I was like, I was laughing for a good 5 minutes there reading that. And also because it is in between two long submissions as well. Persona. Oh, Rosame, do you know Persona games? Funny how we can detect someone by purely their writing. Yes. That's what I like about this community as well, because everyone here have their own like personality, and we like, we've been around together for quite some times already, so we can tell just by the way they're writing, even though they didn't write their name, which is, I think, it is nice to know. Can main teka-teka, yeah, true. So thank you for your submission. I feel like I've watched some videos of them. Nice. Persona disturbing the peace. Oh, speaking of Persona, I haven't played the answer yet. Oh shoot. Alright, next submission. I used to have some when I was a child, like any child really, but I don't really remember much about them. So this is going to be mostly about the ones I had or still have from middle school. I used to have two of them. One is called Azazel or Azel, and the other is named Eliza or Eliza or Ellie. Azel is basically the personification of my intrusive thoughts and my instincts, and he acts like it. Meanwhile, I don't really know what exactly Ellie is. All I know that she smacks Azel in the head from time to time and helps me with info. Funnily enough, they don't bother me too much, especially in middle school, as Ellie usually simplifies and compresses information about my studies so I can understand it faster, and Azel helps me with fights and sports. Also, I can tell them apart from real people, mostly because one of them is a douche version of me. Both of them is aware that they are not real, and there's subtitle when they talk to me. Now though, I yoink him in my HUD, as you see in games, for a faster flow of info. I think I also did inherit some of his personality because of it, and I still can talk or interact with Ellie here and there, but not as much as in middle school, as I don't need to rely on her as much to process info lately, as my processing speed is usually enough for uni. She still helps me with info processing here and there if I need to crunch all of my tasks into a single weekend, for example. If I remember correctly, haven't interacted with her for a couple of months now. She looks like Silverwing Bronya from Honkai Impact 3 with a kissing mask. Oh! Nice! You even have their, like, appearance. Nice. There's subtitle too. Yeah, that's interesting. Like, do you, to those who are multilingual or bilingual who have imaginary friends, I'm kind of curious. In what language do you use to talk to your imaginary friends? Because for me, I use my mother tongue. Like with my most major imaginary friends, I use my major tongue, and then for other that like spawn one time and then gone the next, it depends. Sometimes I use English, sometimes I will speak to them in Japanese, sometimes I use my mother tongue. So for the temporary ones, it kind of depends on the situation, but major one, I would use my mother tongue. Playboy Joker. Me when I pull a trigger of the gun pointed to my head and scream persona. Did you by any chance play Axel? I played 3, 4, 5. And my favorite is 3. Makoto is the best persona protagonist. Either Malay or English, both Malay and English. English because they were YouTubers. Then I really exposed my entry. Oh, I see. English, like completely English, or not using, like, because they are still imaginary characters, right? So sometimes you can really like change a bit so that they were able to understand your mother tongue. Does that happen, or like completely stay true to their characters and you just use English with them? Me is both Thai and English with voices in my head, mostly English lately. Oh, I see. I always stumble between English, Japanese, Spanish. Oh, interesting. Also, the subtitles is part of my HUD, the things in games where you can see your health and stuff. Ah, I see. So like when you're interacting with your imaginary friends, you're seeing it with like a system UI in your eyes, like you're playing a game lah, basically. So that's why you can see the subtitles, because you can see all the stats and all that, I assume. That's quite interesting. That probably means that your imaginary friends is not really integrated with the reality, so you can still able to separate it. Like not like me lah, because my imaginary friends like completely integrated with reality. So I don't have those kind of systems UI when I'm talking to them. When talking, I mean. Ah, I see. Because I don't really, with my major imaginary friends, I don't really use other language aside from my mother tongue. But when I think to myself, like my monologues would switch between English, Malay, and Japanese. That makes me feel like NPC. We're all NPC Tomoka. Alright, so thank you for your submission. 4th person. Let's go to the next one. I think this is the last one. We don't really have others. Alright. So the last one. I've never had an imaginary friend before, didn't even know it was a thing, but I have something similar to that. I kinda developed a voice in my head a few years ago. Part is no one I know IRL speak English, so I can only speak to myself practicing it, and lots of time I'm just being with myself. So I started to pretend I have this guy, Max or Magnus, the names switching back and forth between two of these. Magnus is the name of side villain character in novel I once read that died off early. Max is my in-game friend that we've never actually know each other, even though we've been friends for like 2 years. Maybe I don't know what he sounds like, so I pretend to be him. In my head, we discuss lots of things, remind ourselves when our minds are not in stable state so we can calm down. Despite all of that, they're just me pretending to talk to myself, but sometimes I feel like they're actually in here in my head, but wish they were actually there though. Noise. Wait, let me reread this again and process it a little bit. Chotomate. Okay. So I'm guessing your version of imaginary friends is something that have a headspace. So you have a headspace where these imaginary friends kind of like develop. I think most of you guys who share your story over here, you guys have some sort of like a headspace, a space for your imaginary friends to stay in and exist and like manifest. Which is why it is not as permanent as me, I think. So thank you again for your sharing. I like the way you guys name your imaginary friends actually. They have cool names. I don't have monologue. Oh yeah. Go in. I did do some game protagonist stuff, as in super reckless stuff. Ah, I see. Shika, hello, welcome. How are you? Sorry, I'm late. Got a few work. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Alright, I'm gonna close this screen for a bit since we have read everything. But if you guys still want to share, feel free to share. I will check the link back again later and see if we have any new stories. I thought it was the chest, Magnus. No. Can we have noise again? How do I say that? Noise? Okay, before we continue, let's hydrate again. I need water. Alright, okay. I don't have a chance to write. Been busy. It's fine. I will keep on yapping for a few while more. So if you still want to share, feel free to go and share your story there. I will check it out before I end the stream. So if there's anyone's story I've missed, we can read that together. Suddenly British ah. Sebab boleh deh. So, wait, ちょっと待って。Alright, okay. Do you have any thought experiment that you find is your favorite? I wonder. That's a good question. I never really like actually think deep about this thought experiment thingy. Wonder. Maybe that's too deep. I couldn't recall anything that I've been thinking. Do you guys have any? Do you know Ship of Theseus? No, I've never heard of that. What is that? Let me search. It's a philosophical thought experiment that asks if an object remains the same if all of its original parts are replaced. Huh. Oh, okay. I've never heard of this before. It's a thought experiment that raises the question of whether an object that has all that replaced remains fundamentally the same object. Oh, interesting. Like, you know how you know how like some fantasy settings they have the ability to revive someone from death and like the ability to call back a soul and put the soul into a different body to basically like revive them lah. So one method, you revive the body, but there's also chances that the body is not that the body doesn't have its original soul, so you only have the body itself only still revived. And then there's also another method where you just take the soul and then you put it in a different body. I think this kind of thought experiment can also be applied in that situations, like if you take someone's soul and then you revive it back but put it in a different body, and the new body have a different features compared to the original body, is it still the same person or is it a different person? Interesting. When talking about thought experiment, it reminds me of Rocco's Basilisk. Oh, I've never heard of that too. Rocco. Let me open. Rocco's Basilisk is a thought experiment which states that an otherwise benevolent artificial super intelligence in the future will be incentivized to create a virtual reality simulation to torture anyone who knew of its potential existence. Too long. Wait, let me read this again. My brain is not braining. They're using so many so many advanced words that I rarely use in real life. So basically, this Rocco's basically says that some being that like an artificial thing would spawn in the future, or like no, that's not it, like a how do I explain this in the simplest way? In a simple way. I'm also confused myself. My English is not Englishing. So basically a technology or like an AI thingy is like creating a virtual reality simulation, and anyone who is aware of their existence but did not help or contribute that will benefit them at all will bring these people into a virtual reality simulation to torture them. I think. Because my brain is not braining. My brain is not braining. Let me show this to the screen to you guys. It is interesting. Yeah, it is. This kind of thought experiment is interesting. Oops. Oops. Let me change this. See how many advanced words they're using? Look at this. I'm blocking it, but yeah. Let me... Wait! Look at the words they're using. My brain is not braining. Like suddenly I don't know English. It's also my first time hearing about Rocco's Basilisk. Yeah, I've never heard of this before. So much fancy words. The fanciest I can go is theorem Pythagoras. That one is mathematics. Rocco's Basilisk is just Pascal Schwager replaced God with AI. Ah, the game Nier Automata explores some popular philosophical theories really well. Oh, really? Dang, I really need to buy that game then. I didn't buy the game during Steam sale the other day because I'm out of budget, but I will wait for spring sale and I will buy it. I kinda understand now. If you don't wanna create this AI, then if the AI was made, you will get punished by it. If you don't wanna create it, how can it even be made in the first place? Yeah. Yeah, I think somewhat like that. Oh no, I forgot. I just realized that if you type in the command, it still shows episode 3. I forgot to update that. It's already episode 5 though. I'm a Defier. Defier logic is my specialty. I would talk Rocco Basilisk is like an artillery. Why? Alright, let me close this off. Alright, okay. But yeah, the English is a little bit confusing, but that is also like an interesting thing. When is this? When is the person who thought this came out with this? When? 2009? Oh, because of artificial intelligence. I see. Basically, Pascal Schwager with AI. I actually is not aware of Pascal Schwager before. Never heard of it. Yeah, let me read Pascal Schwager. Yeah. It is similar. It is similar to Pascal Schwager, but just replace it with AI. Replace the god in Pascal Schwager with AI. Yeah, it is similar. This is also my first time hearing Pascal Schwager. Guess I'm not cultured enough. Nah, it's just that we never just came across this. Interesting. Because I've never entered this kind of like philosophical side of internet, so I never come across this actually. That's why I've never heard of it. And then up until recently, I don't really play that much of a game that touch upon like topics that also exist in reality, so that's why I also never come across this as well. The games that I used to play is mostly like a bit more it have more anime influence in it, so that's why I've never seen it. The only thing that I know back then is just the mythical beings, because I played a lot of Persona games, and Persona games, the persona itself came from, you know, mythical beings, so I know more about them, but I've never come across this kind of things. Philosophical class with Axel episode 1. Nier Automata taught me a lot of stuff. Should I play Nier Automata then? I think when I bought the game later, I'll play it on Streamlabs so we can learn new things together. Can you take over my shift a bit? Someone attacked me on Clash of Clans. Oh my god. If I was involved in your creation will never be finished. You're gonna destroy it. Maybe we can start reading philosophical books. Yeah, maybe. It seems like an interesting book to read. Do you guys, any of you guys read any philosophical books that you can recommend to us beginners? Yokotaro is a sadistic man. Why? Is the ending a tragic ending? I think. Wait, there's what's the name of the writer again? I think there's this one famous Japanese writer that is quite famous, especially in Malaysia. I think like when people wanted to recommend a book, they would always mention this writer, but I forgot his name. Murakami something. Is his book considered a philosophical book? I'm not sure what kind of a book he wrote, but I do heard his name a lot whenever people wanted to recommend book to read. I did the other day. I bought Dazai Osamu book, the Ningen Shikaku one. Thank you for the follow, Beans on Toast Enjoyer. Welcome. Q, welcome. Why do I have tentacles? Welcome. How are you, Murakami? Yeah, Murakami Haruki. Yes, Murakami Haruki. Is his book considered a philosophical book? I wouldn't say tragic, but why is that? Have you ever heard of trolley problem? No. What is that? Let me Google. Trolley problem. If you want good books, recommend Hunger Games? Oh. Hunger Games. They have movies as well, right? If I'm not mistaken, Hunger Games have like how many volumes? Close to 10. Quite a lot actually. I may give it a try because recently I've been trying to like find a book to read. I wanted to start reading books again. Because when I was younger, I enjoyed reading books, but you know how expensive books can be. So I couldn't buy that many books anymore. But now since I started working, I wanted to go back to being a reader. So I've been looking for an interesting book to read. Last one from me. Will you pull the lever so the train will kill infinite number of people, or do nothing and let the train kill 5 continuously reincarnating people? Oh my god. That's a difficult question. Will the 5 people will reincarnate again after if like let's say you choose to let the train kill the 5 reincarnating people, right? Will they reincarnate again after that, or this will be their final life? Dilemma. Yeah, I don't think I can decide on that. I'm back, can attack the guy since he had a shield. Finish the trilogy in like a week. Oh, they only have 3 books? Am I confusing with a different series? I would describe Murasaki as a self-discovery more than philosophical. Ah, I see, I see. Because me personally, I prefer something like dark, which is why I bought the No Longer Human book. Because from what I've heard, that book touched a lot on like depression kind of thing, and that is the kind of topic that I'm interested in. That's why I bought the book, but I haven't finished reading it yet. I only read a few pages and then I haven't continued yet. But I am on a lookout for new books to read. They will constantly dying by the train. Oh my god. Basically, infinite number of people will die, or finite number of people will die infinite times. Ooh. That's a good question. But it also depends on like if the reincarnating people retains their memory from their previous life. If I still have to make a decision, no matter what, like I'm forced to make a decision, if the reincarnating people retains their memories, if they reincarnate, I would probably choose the infinite number of people. Because I don't know, because the infinite decision, right, those who died, they will not reincarnate. But the second option, the finite number of people, they can reincarnate and they retain the memories. So basically they will go through the death multiple times and they will experience the pain over and over again. So as for the first option, these people will not experience the pain multiple times. They only experience it once. So if I still have to make a decision, I would probably save the people who can reincarnate lah. If I'm forced to make a decision lah. If possible, I want to save everyone. But I know life is not like that. Reminds me of Kamijo Toma. Murakami's books are dark in a good way. Oh, I'll give the book in a I give book a chance then. I'll probably try one. But you're gonna kill the whole world. Yeah, that's like it's a hard decision. It's either you want to save everyone or you just sacrifice a certain group of people and then like make them suffer throughout their life. But like, you know, if I try to put myself into one of those people who can reincarnate, I don't want to experience death multiple times. I don't want to go through the pain multiple times. And if someone who can make a decision and they choose to save the infinite amount of people and choose to sacrifice me, I would get mad. So like, I don't know, it's a difficult decision. I couldn't really choose actually. Is it even finite if infinite people experience it? Ha. Not sure. Lord of the Ring, really a masterpiece, feels like manga sometimes. Oh, Lord of the Ring. I don't think that one have a lot of books, so maybe I can give that a try also. There's also the one I'm reading right now, Metro 2033. There's also a game. Oh, No Longer Human. That book was written by Dazai Osamu. Yes. The other day I bought the English translated version, but I still haven't finished watching it. But I'm reading it. Infinity is imaginary number, and imaginary number doesn't exist. That means the train is killing imaginary amount of number which doesn't exist. Basically, by that logic, the train is killing people that doesn't exist. So it doesn't kill anyone. I would choose the infinite people. Imagine how insane my is that you're not in Valorant, bro. Does anyone here have heard the story of a man that has changed into a beetle after he wakes up? Oh, I've never heard of that before. That's why I can't exist. Who? Maybe those 5 people are masochists. But still though, no matter how masochist they are, I don't think they would like to, you know, experience the pain of death multiple times over and over again. I heard Valo. Just an example. Oyasumi Pun Pun is also by Dazai? Oh really? What kind of story is it? I think I initially found out about Dazai's the book No Longer Human by Dazai Osamu from Bungo Stray Dogs. I remember watching the anime, and then when I looked through the characters, I found out that each character is actually like a writer, and their skills is based on the writer's one of the most famous books. And I think that's how I found out about Dazai Osamu. Oyasumi Pun Pun is a cute little story because it has a cute burp mascot. Really? A definite read if you like fluffy story. Is Dazai Osamu that versatile? Like, he wrote a pretty dark story like No Longer Human, and then all of a sudden he wrote a cute book? Example of what? No, Mocha was saying earlier, like, the 5 people that reincarnate and being killed by the train endlessly are masochists. Eh, wait, no, not that one. Aduh, wait, kejap. Apa ni? Yeah, up there, Mocha said that I would choose the infinite people. Imagine how insane the kill and death ratio. That's why I mentioned Valo. Talking about Dazai, I just can't stop thinking of Joseph. Who is Joseph? Joseph Joestar. Yeah, that one I know. Joseph Joestar from JoJo. JoJo. Alright, well, almost midnight right now. Yeah. Alright, it's almost midnight right now. We've been yapping together for 2 hours each plus right now. So I think I will check the Google Sheets link again at 12 a.m. for one last time, and then we can go rest for the night. I've been wanting to read Oyasumi Pun Pun for a long time, but people don't recommend reading it if you have problem with mental illness, which is why I haven't touched it yet. Huh? How is a fluffy story not recommended for people with mental illness? Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka? Oh, what is that story about? Not the other. Biru, jangan, don't mention that. Oh my god, Google shit. Okay. So I think tonight we're having a stream where we talk about topic chosen for the episode. So tonight we're talking about imaginary friend. So if you have any story that you wanted to share about imaginary friends, you can go to the link that Aruna had there from the comment, and you can share a story about imaginary friend there. So after 12 a.m., so after midnight, I will go back and check the links if there's any new story, and then we can continue reading that. So yeah, we're talking about imaginary friend tonight. Before that, can you bless me for my pool in-game gacha time? How do you want me to bless you? Hope you have a nice gacha? Good luck with your gacha? But yeah, to those who just came in and have never been in my Coffee at Terminus Cafe stream before, just a little bit of a introduction or like an explanation what kind of stream is about. I will have this series every first Friday of the month. It is where we will have one main topic for the stream, and then we will talk about the topic, and then I will have a Google Sheets link for you guys so you guys can share your stories regarding the topic, and then we will like exchange stories regarding the topic. So tonight's stream is basically the 5th episode of the series. So tonight we're talking about imaginary friend. So for example, during the first episode we were talking about finding our motivation when we're like in the dark moments, and then during the first episode I think we were having a horror time. We were talking about a scariest moment that we experienced in our life, and then in the third episode we were talking about moments in our life, you know, that restores our humanity, and then last month we were talking about our 2024. So it's just a kind of stream where we just exchange stories that we have with each other related to the topic. Basically our yapping time together lah. So the reason why tonight's stream ended up being on Saturday instead of Friday is because yesterday I have a little bit of work, so I have to postpone the stream again. But usually this stream will be on the first Friday of the month. I just feel bad coming here late. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Can you bless my grinding for Mavica too? My Primogem is 0. Bula macam tayang moto Mavita. Hope you have a good pool. Hope you have a good pool. To those who doesn't have Mavica yet, hopefully you guys will get Mavica as soon as possible. Next month lah, not enough time. Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. Usually I would announce the topic a week before the episodes. So usually the last week of the month I will announce the topic, and I will have the link open for you guys to share a story. So you guys basically have one whole week lah to share a story in the link. Aruna needs a luck potion. I think we all need the luck portion. Potion. Oyasumi Punpun is a heavy story about how does relationship last and how you deal with it. Really? Wait, that sounds interesting. I like those kind of topics. Do we have it in store? Can I buy it? Oyasumi Punpun. No, we don't have it. I'm still struggling with past relationship and I'm not ready to read it yet. I wonder if I can find like a translation or English version of it online, like a PDF version. I'm interested. Not Metamorphosis is a hentai, but the storyline is really good. I do hear people telling me that do not search for Metamorphosis at all because it is very cursed. 5 centimeters per second by Makoto Shinkai is good too. Oh, that one is a movie, right? Not a series. Before you go, can you say something philosophical smart? I drive. What? Imagine we can do credit to pool like after 0 primos into negative. Oh, basically we're loaning primos lah. Borrowing primos from Hoyo Bliss. I just hope I win the 50-50. Yeah, hopefully you guys can win 50-50 lah. New year, new me, and new year, new luck. What was is that Gacha decided to give me the look of Pyro Claymore, and who else is Pyro Claymore? We have Dehya. Dehya is also a Pyro Claymore and a standard character. Bro is Ryan Gosling. Alright. We don't talk about Dehya. Why? Why not Dehya? New year, new assault rifle. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, before I go and check the Google Sheets again for any new submission, just a little bit of announcements or like a heads up for you guys. My anniversary stream, my first anniversary stream, date has been decided. It will be on 17th January on Friday, so it will be a long stream. 2000 is 25 years ago. Yes. So my first anniversary I can English. My first anniversary stream will be on 17th January on Friday at the usual time, 9:30 p.m. So later I will share on Discord and Twitter a Padlet link for you guys to share any wishes that you would like to share to me for the anniversary. So we will have a session where I will, oh my goodness. Thank you for the raid, Miss Ducky Quack. Hello, welcome raiders. My name is Axel Axotis. I'm your lost Axolotl boy. Nice to meet you. Welcome raiders, and also thank you again for the raid, Miss Ducky Quack. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys the mods. Instead of using no, it's okay. Let me do it. You have to use the slash mark, and then you type shout out, and then you, yes. Thank you for doing the shout out. Welcome raiders. Thank you for the follow again. What were you doing in your stream earlier? I feel old now. Yes, we all feel old here. Another streamer had that instead. Yes. That one have to be manually set up by the streamer itself, and I haven't set that one up. That's why it doesn't work. It was like yesterday when Y2K was a thing. Yeah, that was like 10-20 decades ago. I was playing Phoenix Wright, if you have heard of it. That one is Ace Attorney, right? Or is it a different title? If I'm not mistaken, Phoenix Wright is a Ace Attorney game, but I'm not sure if it's like a same game with a different name, or is it a completely different series. But yeah, anyways, to the raiders, tonight stream is just us yapping about the topic that I have on top of my head here. We were talking about imaginary friend, and I also have a Google Sheets link for you guys to share your stories about imaginary friend as well. So we're just yapping tonight. If you guys wanted to continue yapping with us, feel free to stay on the stream. But if you guys have anything that you wanted to do, you guys wanted to rest, you guys haven't eaten your meal yet, or you want to go, you know, unwind, rest, or anything, feel free to to go and do your things. It might be late for you over there because it's quite late for me here. It's already midnight. I'm on part 2 of the original trilogy. Ah, I see, I see. Nice, nice, nice. What's the opposite of Phoenix, right? Hydra left. My goodness. I need to get a drink. See you soon. Yeah. Thank you for the raid again. Hope you have a nice day. 4 p.m. here? Ah, I see. It's midnight over here. So yeah, in few minutes I will check the Google Sheets link for the submission because I've read some before, so there might be some people who haven't submitted yet. So if you guys wanted to share, feel free to go and share. I will check the link again in few minutes. Right now I'm just informing you guys. So again, I will repeat because I forgot what I was talking about earlier. So in 17th January 2025, 9:30 p.m. Malaysian time, basically GMT plus 8 time zone, I'll be doing my 4th anniversary stream. So the activity includes reading you guys' wish to me. I will do a short karaoke sessions for about 10 to 12 songs, and then I will have a few videos ready for you guys to watch. And then what else? I will give you guys like an overview of a major projects that I have for this year planned so far. So basically we will talk a lot about the contents that you guys will be seeing, you know, our future goals or visions, and then we will be having a relaxing time together. Basically we will just yap a lot since you guys voted to have a long stream. So it will be on Friday. The stream will probably last for 3 hours or more. So hope to see you guys there. Later I will share the Padlet link for you guys to share your wishes on both Discord and Twitter. So if you guys wanted to take part, you guys might want to join the Discord server. You guys can use this comment. Let me type it for you guys. To those who haven't joined in yet lah, you guys can join my Discord server. I will announce more about the stream later on Discord because I still haven't finalized everything yet. So just a little bit of heads up, the stream will be on 17th January on Friday. Did you know Axel is half Axolotl? Half Axolotl, half Axel? What? Fellow from the past. Your eyes, I don't know why I feel not pitchy. Why? What have my eyes done wrong? But yeah, that's it for the anniversary announcement. And also next week there will be a few announcements waiting for you guys, so do be on the lookout. There'll be something interesting that I'm involved in that will be announced next week. So I'm excited for the announcement to drop, and I'm also excited for what comes in the future. There's a lot of interesting things that are going to happen. Forgot to watch you on YouTube to increase the total hours watched. No, it's fine. I am like trying to figure out contents, like offline contents for you guys to like watch. I'm still thinking. I don't know what kind of good contents that I can upload as a video instead of a stream. Art collab server? Art collab server as in like How do you mean by that? Editor? No, it's just that I'm thinking of the kind of contents to do. Offline event? Oh, maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. Pull out your Ethernet wire, great offline content. No, no, no. No, I mean like not stream lah. Video for YouTube. I think if I do that, that might help with the view count more rather than stream. Because usually on stream, right, because we cannot edit, there might be like a certain gaps in the stream, so some people might not want to go through the gaps in between. They just want to go straight to the main content of the video. So some people might not enjoy watching VODs. That's why I wanted to create an offline content as well, like a YouTube videos for you guys to watch. Maybe lots of shorts. The thing about shorts is it doesn't count together with normal videos. So my normal videos requirement, like the one that I shared earlier, is I need to get to 3,000. But if I make shorts, it will count differently. So for shorts type of video, I need to reach 1 million views, I think. It's quite a lot compared to normal video. So that's why I consider on doing normal videos more rather than shorts. Because if it's shorts, I have to grind more. Horror games, 100% good idea. Yeah, I do have one horror games actually that I still haven't played. But it is difficult for me to play that games alone, so I might need to drag someone together with me to like demand me play the game. Game stream highlights with heavy editing? Yeah, that can work too. But you have to go through the long stream, right, to edit the video. So I think I'll probably see if Takto can help me with that. He's way better than me with editing. Drag Takto? Definitely. I will drag him for one of the horror games in the future. I want him to suffer together with me as well. It's not fair if I suffer alone. VTuber behind the scene. Oh, that's a good idea as well. Yeah. That can be a good one. Good idea. Thank you. So yeah, I'll go and see the link if they have any new things. Oh, we actually have one. We have two actually. Okay, let me share this again. The bros being the older siblings. Yeah, that's the benefit of being older. You can drag your siblings to something because you don't want to do it alone, and they can't do anything because they're the younger ones. Abusing my power as the older siblings. No, it's fine. I'm a good older siblings. Alright, let's read these last two things. So this submission says I once have an imaginary friends. Think that my mind creating this imagination to help me since I don't have much friends. I named her after my lost puppy Happy. She actually have a lot named, I just don't know which one, so I stick with Happy. I used to make a roleplay with her to keep my company. And when I feel sad or alone, I use a soft pillow as contact to like physical contact. She is more like my alternative if you play garden. Is that like a game title? She looks like the girl called Future Princess. I see. I like the name, it's cute. Happy. Alright, so the last one, this maybe just short. Oh, I think this is the same thing. Maybe just short because I still have work just passing by to give me experience. EXP, is that experience? Oh yeah, thank you for the submission. I really like the name. Happy. That's a cute name. It's a game name? I see. I've never heard of the name before. I don't think I have any imaginary friend, thank God. Yeah, a lot of people use especially those who still have imaginary friends in adulthood, a lot of us, including me, use the imaginary friend as a coping mechanism. I have a long explanation slash story regarding how I developed my imaginary friend. So if you guys are interested to know, you guys can watch the VOD. I think I started telling the story around 30 minutes in the stream. So it's a pretty long story, so I couldn't really recap. So if you guys are interested in the story, feel free to... I think I started telling the story around 30 minutes, 40 minutes each into the stream. Alright, so thank you for the submission. I will leave this tab open for another week as usual. So after 1 week, I will lock this tab, and then in final weeks of January, I will open a new tab and announce the new topic for you guys. So if you guys wanted to suggest new topic that you want me to talk about in next month's episode, you guys can go to the Discord, and then there is one channel named CATC-topics, so you can go there and suggest any topics that you wanted me to talk about in future episodes. Alright, you never find mine even though I already submit. Like, it got deleted? Because I think I checked the link yesterday. There is one submission. Like, there is 2 submission, and then when I opened it before I entered the stream, the second submission is actually gone. I thought the person who submitted that deleted the thing. Is that yours? Let me see if I can check the history. Is your submission the one that starts with "Good night, everybody"? CACTC means calculator, guys, in case you don't know. Hey, why are you trying to spread false information? Have you logged in? Yeah, I think it's better to log into an account before you type in. I think it's better that way we'll record. I'm not sure if you can type without logging in though. My app's problem maybe? Ah, I see. Dang, does this happens every time or just for this time? Because if it happens every time, I might need to find a new place for you guys to share that might not have that much issue. But if it's happened this one time, maybe I can try and see if there's any way that we can like avoid this to happen again. Today I found out CATC means coffee at Terminus Cafe. Yes, it is a short form for coffee at Terminus Cafe. Don't mad, I deleted mine the second. Oh, okay. Because I'm afraid that some people might accidentally delete yours, you know. It's okay, I'm not mad. You can delete your story if you don't want it to be shared. Why not Google Form? Because I want people who would like to read again the story to come back later. Because if I create a Google Form, you guys can only read the story on stream. You guys cannot come back and check the story. And also, like, certain topics, I might write a more detailed reply to your story. Like in the first episode, I did actually reply to almost all of the stories. So that's why I put it in a Google Sheet, so that people can come back later to check after the stream. Maybe your internet connection as well, because if you're typing it on a mobile device, sometimes Google is a little bit odd that it will load a different, like an older version, not the latest version. It happens to me once. It loaded up an old version, and then I type something there, and then I thought it saved the thing, and then I closed the app, and then after a few hours I go to the link again on my PC. The update that I did on my phone is not there. I think you can use form to just for input and sheet to read only. Yeah, can. Because usually Google Form, after you close it, you can convert it to Excel sheet. It's just that I need to transfer that to a different one lah, because it will create a new sheet. But maybe that can work. That can work. It's okay. For next episode, we will use these Google Sheets again and see if there's any other issues happen. If some of you guys still experience the same issue as Sneaker Nilai experienced, then I will find another platform for you guys to send your submission. Next month will be our last trial for Google Sheets Live. If there's anything else happen, then we will find another solution or another option. This BGM making me cry. This BGM is good. I like this BGM very much. Order kopi boleh? Virtual coffee boleh lah. Usually I type in Notepad app, then copy paste in the sheet. Yeah. That's a good one as well. Yeah. It's probably easiest lah. Good BGM. Right. Shout out to Project Skylit for making such a wonderful BGM. Extra Joss 1. Why Extra Joss? This is coffee place. Nice BGM? Yes. Shout out to Project Skylit for making this BGM. Alright, so I think it's almost 12:30 p.m. AM, so it's quite late already. So tomorrow I will update my my stream schedule for next week. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Yeah, Monday. Apa lagi? Apa lagi? Let's see. Let me check if there's anything that I wanted to say to you guys that I haven't said yet. Wait, let me check. I might forgot. I think I wrote somewhere things that I wanted to talk to you guys. Let's see. Yeah, I think that should be it. So I'll see you guys on Monday. I'll try my best to do a more variety stream next week lah, because I feel like recently I've been streaming the same thing over and over again. It's either yapping or Infinity Nikki. So I will try and find other games that maybe we can chill together, you know. A more interesting game to play together, maybe a game. Oh yeah, I haven't continued Lies of P yet. So yeah, maybe we can continue that. And then there's also something that I have planned next week. Hopefully I manage to finish it in time so that I can schedule that. Tak ada schedule? Yeah, I do have a schedule actually. I usually upload it every Sunday lah. So on YouTube, I have like one live stream schedule just for schedule. You can see my schedule there. On Discord, I have a schedule channel for you guys to see my schedule channel and my schedule updates. And then I also updated my schedule on Twitch. Bukan? Twitter. Yes. So yeah, I do have a weekly schedule actually. But my most common stream time is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday lah. But the day may change depending on my work, because my work can be a little bit demanding sometimes. I hope I can attend since Monday is my dad day. Yeah, it's okay if you couldn't attend my stream. Sometimes it's totally fine. Please prioritize yourself first. But yeah, I usually stream on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So it's easier for people to catch up on my stream because you know what day I'm streaming. So yeah, that's it. Thank you again for hanging out tonight on stream. I hope you guys enjoy the topic tonight, and I hope the story that I told you guys earlier is not as dark or heavy. If it is and it makes you uncomfortable, feel free to let me know. And if you guys have any other topics that you would like me to talk about, you can just let me know and I'll see if I can fit in the future episodes. And do look forward to our 4th anniversary stream celebration / 400 followers and subscribers celebration stream. We'll be doing it in the same stream on 17th January, Friday, 9:30 p.m. And then what else, huh? Yeah, that's it. So I'll see you guys next time. We all want that scream schedule. No. And also congratulations to Axel and Aruna, and thank you so much for willing to become my mods. So you guys, the others, also let us help each other and make everyone's experience in this community comfortable and enjoyable. And apa lagi? I'll see you guys next week. Hope you guys stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated. Take enough rest, take enough sleep, get enough sleep. Don't skip your meals. Apa lagi? Oh wait, I just realized I haven't found anyone to rate yet. Well, you guys can keep on yapping while I find for people to rate on Twitch. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Ooh. Someone is playing Doki Doki Literature Club. Okay, I will send Twitch people to the person who is playing Doki Doki Literature Club. Alright, let's find the comment again. Raid. Alright, it's too dark. I become a Batman. Thank you for the stream and take care as well in chat. Thank you as well. If I have time, I can join you in maid outfit. Oh! Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I appreciate any kind of arts that you guys are doing for me. I thought the topic about ghosts or something, but more to childhood memory. Yeah. I hope the story that I told you guys is not too uncomfortable for you guys to listen. Yeah, I hope you guys stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you for dropping by again. I really appreciate you guys coming here and listening to my story. I really enjoyed tonight's stream, and I hope you guys also feel the same. So I'll see you guys on Monday. We'll be there for any... Yeah. Let's look forward to the anniversary stream. I will plan a lot of interesting things for you guys. So, good night everybody. Oyasumi. Bye-bye.